Hey, what's up? It's the Critical Plug, and I got for you an album review of the new Tierra Whack mixtape, Wax Music. This is the debut mixtape of Philly rapper, singer, songwriter Tierra Whack, who caught my attention with her debut album, Whack World. And I found Whack World to be an enjoyable album, but what kept me from loving it is just wanting more from each track and how each track just felt like a tease. I couldn't deny the bangers though. I couldn't deny the creativity, how cartoonish it felt, but in a fun way. And then we got her sophomore LP, Worldwide Whack. And that LP was definitely a personal album, definitely her most darkest album yet. But I did find there to be a monotonous habit within the majority of the tracks, with how a lot of them started to sound repetitive, maybe not as colorful or as exciting as the predecessor. However, I did find songs that I considered the highlights to be very concerning, definitely troubling. So even though I didn't love the album, I still found it to be a decent release. Also, given her mental state, I wasn't sure when we were going to get a new record. I wasn't sure what we were going to get next. But given her killer feature on Jill Scott's current album, which I will touch on soon, I was hoping we wouldn't just get a feature. But no, we got more. We actually got the brand new mixtape, Wax Museum. It's 12 tracks, 27 minutes. However, this thing is loaded with bars, 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 bars. So this album is a whole new sound. I would say a darker direction, but honestly, I would say like a more mature direction. Definitely less cartoonish than Whack World, but also not as commercial as Worldwide Whack. I feel like she's deaded the cartoonisms, deaded the commercialisms. I feel like in this one, she's walking out of the TV, and the minute she steps on the ground, just starts destroying everything in sight, lyrically and metaphorically speaking. So artistically, she's a straight up monster on here, and essentially, this thing is everything you need, nothing you don't. The production is very sample based, but it's sampled from some of the modern day greats, like Conductor Williams on the track Whack Job. And Tierra does mirror a similar flow to that of Westside Gunn, and no shade to Westside Gunn, but the bars she dishes out here just exceed far past what Westside Gunn has ever done. On the catch, the snow falls soon as I shovel it, stumbled upon the money, and suddenly fell in love with it. Skirt, skirt on him, she ain't even gotta unbutton it, and she just annihilates every beat here. Because even though these tracks are short, with everything she packs in here, she does make these tracks feel lengthier than they are in a great way. Not only with the bars, but the flows, the vocal versatility. It definitely does flow very well too. Like, it's not this random potpourri of ham-fisted tracks trying to convince you this is a versatile album. A lot of these tracks here contain transitions, they contain bridges, passages, some sonic changes and effects. Like on the opener, where even though she's channeling Westside, the whole slowed down passage definitely does give this thing a creative twist. And the effects and transitions definitely make these songs sound more structured, more full. And yes, while I would like more verses on this LP, I cannot deny how she has stepped it up leaps and bounds lyrically. And also, I would say this LP has more of an identity. And with her being such a wild card, as she stated before, we are getting different elements here, different subgenres of hip hop, like chipmunk soul, jazz rap, especially when it comes to the soulful gospel samples and the church organs that occasionally appear on this thing. Also, she does take on an abstract style here, and honestly sounding more raw than she's ever sounded vocally. And I really want you to throw this in the face of these morons who try to paint these women in rap into a corner, and who have conjured up this sonic, monotonous boogie woman in their head, as she's paying homage to that of the old Rockefeller roster, like Jay-Z, Kanye West, but also mixing it up with Kendrick, the Soulquarians, such as Erykah Badu, a little Lauryn Hill, maybe some Outcast. So obviously she's not sticking to one point of reference. There's even a sprinkle of some Beanie Siegel here, just a little bit. And through, this is mostly a rap album. But she does continue to kill it as being her own feature, with a tremendous amount of wit this time around. Definitely some humor mixed with earnest subject matter, and definitely delivers these bars in a very straightforward way. It's one thing to have bars, but to have the cadence and the flow match your bars is just insane. Like, she knows what vocals to use to match the wordplay and make each bar hit. But while she's using these similes, she is also being very confessional as well. It's like the mask has been lifted and what you hear is basically what you get. Like, she's not sugarcoating anything, even on this album's brightest moments, like on Brazilian Wax, where Tierra features this charismatic, steady to dizzying flow, with ascending soul vocal samples, squealing sax lines that give the production heat, with some dope wordplay that reflects her prowess, like, in my crate like a needle, they see me, they faint, they feeble, turn me to the max, Keeble, my flow gas like diesel, or using her wordplay to be diaristic. Like, my brother turns his back, hurt me, can't front. And look, I could do a whole video on each bar that she uses for this track or other tracks, but I can't do that. Like, you honestly have to listen to this LP. You honestly have to listen to this mixtape for yourself to hear, to experience. But she's also dropping some grimy tracks here, probably the most grimiest track she's ever done with WIGGIDY WACK, that has these super cold, sour keys, booming beat, crispy kicks and snares. The whole track feels so black and white and hazy and grainy as she goes for this very unbothered, slick flow to this very animated pitch down vocal style where she just sounds so anxious and just so ready to snap. It delivers it with so much personality and intensity. Like, I suggest you walk away like a commercial on, before I put my prints on you like I got purple on. Following up with a hilarious bar like you ain't got no bars, better check if your service on. And as I mentioned before, with her coalescing her flow, her wordplay, and her bars, she just does it so well. Like how her mellow to rush flow just aligns with the bars, going tit for tat. I better booby trap 'em. It's just so on time. It's just so in the moment, it's so tangible. And the song Siren, which is probably one of the most melodic tracks here, with a dreamy piano back beat, with a yearning clenched mouth refrain, to the speedy melodic flow, like everything really goes hand in hand here, and I really love the way she attacks the beat, with sudden vocal jabs as she reminisces on parental separation, economic struggle. While this is one of the most melodic songs here, it definitely is one of the most despondent lyrically. And the wordplay she delivers here is so good, but so crushing. And Tierra continues to stun on the track Queen's Crown, which features these jazzy pianos over these droning distorted church organs, rising choral vocal samples, rapping about her lyrical prowess, her ascension, her backstory of her being an artist, her love and dedication to those close to her, her ambition, why she does this, her purpose, her making her impact as an artist and not planning to stop anytime soon. I also love the pitched up R&B vocal samples and bright but sour piano chords on earwax, as WACK conveys her sacrifice, what she puts into to be to where she is today, the drive and love and her passion of being an artist, not selling out, how she puts her heart and soul into everything she does, who she does it for, telling her fans how it wasn't easy, and people are too stubborn to acknowledge her or give her her rightful flowers that she deserves. And with how much Tierra has risen with this mixtape, I feel the flow of this mixtape definitely complements that. Like how gritty the moments are in the beginning, but how ascending and soulful and blissful the back end of this LP is. Like there's something of this LP being like a religious experience. There's something heavenly about this mixtape, and this whole thing is just complementing her rise. Now granted, as the listener, as someone who hasn't had her experience, and we could only imagine based off the mindset she shared with us, the pressures that she shared with us, and with how these pressures of being an artist has really taken a toll on her mentally and given the concept matter of tracks like the 27 Club that she put on her last LP, really mirroring that of the pressures that of Kurt Cobain faced, of what Jimi Hendrix faced. And the gospel and soulful tones really give this mixtape that triumphant feel, really make this mixtape feel more powerful. And I do love a vast amount of her clever lyrical jabs. I also can't help but be in awe of the bars she makes for her mother, showing her acts of love and kindness and her appreciation of her. And with how endearing and warm these bars are for her mother on 215, I do feel it transitions beautifully into the closing track, Flowers, which is backed with this warm bass and these beautiful embellishments that carry through the track, as Tierra is continuing to show her personal family life, the ups and downs. And as bright and gorgeous as this track is, it definitely does have some grim bars here. Like, it's just hard for me not to feel as Tierra raps about the passing of her grandmother. And the hook is insanely memorable and catchy. Give me my flowers, give me my flowers, give me my flowers. Like, I just can't help but coming back bars on this, the flows on this, the production on this, like the intricacies within the production. And while there are tumultuous times shared on this LP, I do see this LP as a victory lap for her. While being, again, an open diary, a religious experience, savage to cute bars, and I could only imagine what she has in store for us next. Because honestly, the only tracks I wasn't too crazy about are the ones with solid hooks, but kind of end at the hook. Like, I just felt they could have been longer because the production hit. And in terms of influences, I feel like she's mixed together her influences and created her own personality with it. She's not drowning in her influences this time around. This LP is gorgeous, gritty at times, soulful, very creative, very thoughtful, very clever. And the only thing whack about this LP is the last name of the genius behind it. I'm feeling a 4 out of 5 black hearts on this mixtape. If you've given this a listen, what'd you think? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Why? And that's it. I am your plug. Hit me with a sub. Show me love. This is my opinion. If you hate it, your view's still a dub. Critical plug. Tierra Whack. Wax Museum.